What's up, guys? John here, coming to you guys to show you how to do a do-it-yourself coolant flush. I have a 2010 335i. There's not very many links out there, or should I say, a lot of videos out there showing you how to do a full coolant flush. So I'm gonna kind of show you guys how to do that. What points at, where to remove the drain plug, especially if you have a turbo kit intercooler. There is some videos out there that do show you if you don't have the intercooler, but once you have the intercooler, it kind of looks like it's not the same. So anyway, the stuff that I'm going to be using is BMW antifreeze, or the coolant, and distilled water. What I've actually done already, I have it on jack stands. I drained it already, flushed all the system out, and I actually refilled it with distilled water so I can clean it up. Just to kind of show you some of the points. Obviously, some of the first things that you want to make sure is that the vehicle has not been turned on. It's cool. You want to remove the reservoir cap and the actual bleeder screw. Another thing, you make sure you do not lose that screw. I just put it down here, that way it doesn't get lost. So anyway, let me show you some of the points. I already removed the actual splash guards already. You have to remove, it's one big panel, has tons of screws. I got a bunch of screws here and some more on the other side for the left and right. So anyway, you got to remove it first, and then it'll give you access. That way you can actually look. So one of the first things I want to show you guys is the what it looks like under here when you have a intercooler. You really can't see much. So you have to remove, there's some screws here that holds this intercooler up. You have to remove this screw. And on the other side, there's another screw just like it right on this point. That'll drop the intercooler a little bit. Gives you some wiggle room so that you can start moving. And I don't know if you can see the drain plug. It's right up there. So anyway, it's that blue plug. So once you can actually see it, you can just stick a screwdriver up there. That's what I did. Loosened it, and it drained all the fluid out of that. And that's how to drain it from the radiator. Usually the videos that are posted around, you don't have this big metal unit, which is the intercooler. So it looks pretty easy, but if you do have the intercooler, this is how to do it. I'm sure some of you guys out there are like, well, I know how to drain my coolant. Well, if you have an intercooler and you haven't done it before, like me, then that's one of the things you're going to want to figure out how to do, and this is how to do it. The other point is right back over here by the sway bar. Now I moved these hoses out of the way. They were put on a little clamp right on this bolt here. Just loosen them. A little tricky because it's got like some plastic or rubber bolt on garbage. I don't know who came up with that idea. Anyway, once you remove that, it gives you a little bit more access. There's another little bracket here that doesn't allow you to put your hands in. I removed that as well. It's just a one bolt deal right here. The other one was one bolt here, and just removed it. Gives you clean access. You can stick your hand in and out. Anyway, the one you want to remove is this fastener here. It's right next to the electric water pump. I don't know if that's too bright for you guys. Okay, yeah, maybe that'll be better. So anyway, all you got to do is remove this one here, loosen it, and remove that that water pipe, and that's where you're going to drain your other half of the coolant. Make sure you have that nice big canister. the big canister there to drain all your coolant, because otherwise then you're gonna have a big mess. If you have some time, you can get it taken care of yourself. That way you don't have to. And even that gives you an idea of if your electric water pump goes out, because they're notorious for going out, you know, messing up. Gives you an idea how to get to it. There's only 2 bolts holding it up, and so anyway, that may be a future project. Once you've drained it, the next step is to fill it up with, you want to set the vehicle down, take it off the jack stands, put it down. You want to put it level. I filled it with distilled water, the entire system, and then I just, all you do is, some of the videos have showed you how to do it. You just put your key into the ignition. You just hit the start button without your foot on the brake. You don't want the engine to start. And what you do is, once it's on, you just turn the heater on the hottest setting and just turn the fan on the first tab. And then you just depress or push down the accelerator for 10 seconds, and that should get the that should get the actual electric water pump going. That'll cycle the actual water through the engine. And then I flushed it again so it would be completely clean. And so now I'm at that stage where I could set this vehicle back down. Now I can fill it with the actual coolant, which is what I'm going to do. Fill the entire contents of the coolant, and then I'm going to fill the rest with distilled water, and I should be done. As I'm doing that, obviously want to go ahead and purge some of the air. You'll see some bubbles coming out. Maybe I'll get the video to go through that and show you guys, so that way you can have an idea. So anyway, that's how you drain it, and that's how you go through the process of doing a full coolant flush. All right, thanks guys. Well, if you like my video, just you know, like and subscribe. I have some other little videos I'm going to be doing, servicing and, you know, oil changes and stuff like that. So anyway, thanks a lot guys. Okay guys, I'm at that point where I'm just going to start filling the system with coolant. So pretty much everything is buttoned up. Both the actual drain plug and the actual little metal tie are tightened up. And it's time to fill the system with coolant. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up the entire system with coolant. Then I'm going to add the distilled water, and that should give me a 50-50 mix. So let's go ahead and get this started. What I'm distilled water. I can hear the air being purged right now, some of the air. Coolant's all in there. This is a full gallon of distilled water. Okay, so I have a small amount left. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and start the engine and see how much more water can go through the system. Some of the water is actually not going through the system right now, so by turning on the vehicle, it'll help take some more water down. As you can see, even without starting the engine, it's purging some of the water, some of the air. You can see the bubbles coming out.